What's going on, guys? Welcome to another Swerving Squirrel motovlog. My name is Tom, and today I figured I'd make a vlog on my way to work because I haven't vlogged in a long time and I haven't ridden in a long time. Hello. Yeah, the weather's been really crappy, so not much time for riding. Even today it's supposed to rain this afternoon when I'm heading home, but I'm all wrapped up in my gear and I should be okay even if I get a bit wet. But hopefully it'll be like this. I'll get a break in the rain, even though it's going to be shitty and cloudy. If you saw my things I had about Seattle video, this is one of them. Just the depressing overcast days that don't go away for a week at a time. But it's supposed to be nice this weekend, so that's something. So they just had these things in America called elections last night. I am not an American citizen, so I cannot vote. And to be honest, I'm so frustrated with American politics that I probably wouldn't vote. But every now and then, these little interesting things called referendums happen. Or, I don't know, whatever they call them over here. But it's where, you know, a region votes on a particular issue, and, you know, usually by state, and they decide to implement state laws. In the past, this has included like legalizing gay marriage and legalizing pot in Washington. Both of those are allowed in Washington, where I live, which is awesome. And yeah, so last night 2 more states legalized marijuana, which is very cool. Oregon, I think everyone saw that coming, but Oregon and Washington DC, which is interesting. Both those states decided that people should be allowed to buy marijuana if they so desire, so that's pretty cool. The other news that I noticed this morning is that we had a measure here in Washington. You know, I really love the state, but anyway, we had a measure here in Washington that extends some gun control laws. So right now, if you want to buy a gun and you go into a store to buy a gun, they'll run like a background check, a security check, or whatever you want to call it. And if you don't want to have that security check, you can buy a gun online, or you can buy it at a gun show, and in both those cases you can just go and buy a gun and no one's going to give like 2 shits about who you are or what you're capable of or whether you've committed a crime in the past and all that kind of stuff. So that's not so good. And oh, thank you, sir. Thank you. Oh, come on, buddy. You dog. What are they doing? We've been working on this thing for like a month now. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, so Washington became, I believe, the first state to extend those background checks. Hey, it's that same guy I saw with the light back there. That's interesting. I always feel like this is a shortcut down here, but maybe not. Oh, that was a dodgy little pull out. That's okay. Yeah, so Washington State passed a measure last night to extend these background checks to gun shows and online purchases as well. I don't know how that's going to be implemented, but I think it's a damn good thing because yeah, the rise of these like retarded shootings in schools and stuff is ridiculous. Like there was another one just in Washington area like a couple of weeks ago. Yeah, it's really not a good thing, and it's I'm always stunned by like the Republican logic. Like they want to have tighter controls in order for you to be able to vote, but less controls in order for you to be able to buy a gun. Like, get your fucking priorities straight, you know, like that's just silly. I guess I would say that because I'm a very liberal person and I believe that one person, one vote. I really hate the amount of like legalized corruption that goes on in this country too. Don't get me started on that. Jesus Christ, the super PACs and whatnot, it's insane. Anyway, so I hate the amount of money that's in our politics. I hate that people don't really vote anymore. Corporations vote. It's kind of silly. what's up with that, man? But the point being, I'm a very like liberal person, and I'm also from a very liberal country, New Zealand, where we have pretty strict gun laws. I believe in New Zealand, in order to get a gun you need a license for that gun. You need to prove that it's like locked up, stored with the ammunition stored away from the gun, and all these kinds of things before you can even purchase a gun. Like, you need to have a place in your house where the gun lives that kids don't have access to, stuff like that. Like, it's just so much more locked down, and I think that's a really good thing. Of course, America, I don't think that America will ever reach that point, just because I'm so distracted by this gorgeous view. But anyway, America won't reach that point simply because they love their guns so much. Guns are like really a part of the history of the country, you know, like the idea that you can, if the government is out of control, like the people can uprise and use guns to like overthrow the government. I think that's like a core tenet that a lot of people believe. The right to bear arms, you know. And I don't think that's ever gonna go away anytime soon. But the flip side of that is that also means that there's a lot of guns out there already, and so to try and control them now is a little bit of a red herring. And I think the key is educating people about guns, you know, and tackling the core of the situation rather than the symptom in terms of these school shootings and stuff. Like, if kids are upset enough to shoot up a school, like, there's something wrong there, and there's a reason behind that, and can we fix that instead, you know, and like identify those people before they harm themselves and others, that kind of thing. I don't have all the answers, but I think that making it harder to get guns if we know that you're a bad person is obviously a high priority, so go Washington. By the way, loving these new high occupancy lanes. Ah, so good. Alright, I should not be too silly, but that's a lot of fun. Anyway, I just wanted to give you guys a little vlog since it's been a while. Nothing too exciting going on in Seattle, as you can tell, but I'll try to get some more of these out as the days allow. So subscribe if you like the videos, and yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace! Oh, is this that was weird. How come these people were moved up by like a tiny amount?